Hey guys, this is Koji Fu coming to you with another Terran strategy. So this Terran strategy is the same as the one I posted earlier. It's a Marine push, but this time it's going to be against a Zerg opponent. And again, this strategy works well against Zerg and Protoss, but not so well against Terran, just because they could wall in and siege tanks really owned Marines. So this map is Steppes of War, and as you can see, it is a 1v1 map, and the distance from one natural to the opponent's natural is not too far away, which is good in terms of this strategy. Zerg players usually like longer distance just so they have a lot of room to expand, spread, creep, and macro up. And that's exactly what we don't want the Zerg opponent to do. And the opening is pretty standard. So go 10 supply depot, 12 barracks, 14 gas, and orbital command around 15, 16, and then build 3 more barracks. Here's my scout going into the opponent's base. And I don't see too much. It's pretty hard to tell what's gonna happen from here, but he does not have any gas right now, so he's probably going an econ heavy build, probably get an early expansion as well. And well, as long as there's no sign of him teching up to roches or banelings anytime soon, it's pretty safe to use this strategy. If you see him going banelings or roches early on, you may want to reconsider using this strategy. Although I have seen a player use this strategy against banelings, and his micro is just so phenomenal that he actually won. And he's actually expanding at 17. A lot of Zerg players like to expand early these days. 14, 15 hatch. It's become a pretty safe build, pretty solid build, just because Reaper has been nerfed. So my second barracks going up. And gas. You only really need 1 gas in the beginning, have 3 SCVs on it, and the only reason you need gas is for upgrades. You need them for stim, shields, and level 1 weapons upgrade. And we see his scout here. The interesting thing about this is that right there, you can see my buildings, but I actually can't see his overload. So a lot of Zerg players like to skim the edge of the base and see what kind of tech their opponent is up to. It's always a good idea to send a Marine to patrol the perimeter of your base to check for any of those overlords that might be around. This time I go engineering bay first. Just I was trying to experiment a little bit, see if I could get the weapons upgrade before I actually start pushing, but I don't think it really matters too much. So in total I'm going to have 4 barracks, 3 of which will have reactors, and then from there I'm just going to have a steady stream of Marines. And I move out once I have about 6 or 7 Marines. Start putting early pressure. I'm going to leave my Marines behind this bush here, just so if any Zerglings or anything happen to pass by, they won't see my armies building up in front of their base. So going in for the first peek here, I see a couple of queens and a bunch of Zerglings. It's very important to not lose units in the beginning. It's very important actually. And queens and zerglings are perfect. I'm actually glad he's not going roches or banelings, because that would be a lot harder to deal with. And this Zerg player, he's spreading his creep quite a bit here. That's a very good Zerg strategy. If this allows for him to have easier map control. And sometimes queens like this one are out of position. It's good to snipe those kind of queens. Another queen is out of position. Snipe that one and run away. Try not to lose any Marines. As few Marines as possible. Again, there's also a ramp here, which is it's pretty useful. You could micro your Marines up to this ramp, so the Zerglings can't get a surround on your Marines. Once Zerglings get a surround on the Marines will go down pretty fast. So you don't want to be surrounded by Zerglings. Again, this is exactly what you want him to do. You want him to take drones off of his mineral line to spine crawlers and have him just produce a bunch of Zerglings so he can't tech, he can't build up his economy. And that was actually a horrible micro on my part here. All my Marines died. You don't want that to happen. But just keep pumping out Marines. As you can see, I have 4 barracks, 3 with reactors, and I'm also teching to a starport so I could get some medevacs out here as well. Before you have medevacs, you want to use your stims as little as possible. You have to use them very wisely. And here again, you want to keep your Marines off the creep so they can't see you. Take out any queens that have to be out of position. And his creep is actually spreading pretty close to my base, so it would have probably been a good idea to take out those creep tumors as well. But yeah, maybe I'll do that next time. Just keep pumping out Marines 6-7 at a time if you can, and also secure an expansion while you're pushing. Going in again for an attack. And here come a bunch of Zerglings and his queens. Marines, when they're balled up like that, they do so much DPS, and pretty much all of his units just go down right there. There goes his queens and his Zerglings. And I'm going to take advantage of this. Go in. There's GG. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. It's a Marine. Just steady Marine push. It works pretty effectively against Zerg and Protoss. Alright, hope you enjoyed it.